What up, YouTube? This is the grumpiest of bears, and give it the time you'll find out. Today we got some news going on for the Genshin Impact community for something that some people have been asking actually for a while. And honestly, I've been keeping my feet out of this water, out of this mud hole that is the anime or the English dub of the game Genshin Impact and their political beliefs and their all things. All I always say is, you should keep your business and your personal life out of your industry or out of your work. The kind of the rules. You should never put your political opinions into your work life. And certain VAs of the Genshin Impact have been overly vocal in their opinions and their thoughts on certain things, but they started trying to do a strike, trying to do work for workers protection and so on, in disguise or in the guise of AI protection for overall voice acting. Now, I am an aspiring voice actor. I would think voice acting would be pretty cool. If I could ever do it, I would. Free pro bono for a first time. If I ever got a shot at it doing it at least one time, I would do it for free. And then later on, work up a portfolio and maybe try it out myself. But certain voice actors in Genshin Impact have all been trying to push for certain agendas and certain opinions into the voice acting community, especially on the English side of it. And what makes things worse is a lot of those protections that they were asking for were already in China, of all places. Protections for this kind of stuff in China? What the? So they were already there, but then they were trying to blacklist certain people from doing voice acting, trying to dogpile or dog whistle certain voice actors, and overall just trying to ruin people's life who just need to make some buck while they're making hands over fist money doing this career. And I'm over here going, please let me try it out. I'd love to try it out. Dyslexia be damned, I would try it out. But now we got one of the most iconic character people, this woman that is, let's say, not so pleasant. Once was against it, but now is all for it. The main voice actor of the Genshin Impact franchise, and that is Paimon. And it seemed like she's been replaced as of 5.7. Now, this is all allegedly. This is some patch notes and so on. So here we're gonna be able to hear her voice. Give me a second as I
Okay, don't panic. Paimon heard that dreams tell us what we need by showing us the opposite. So, if you had a nightmare, maybe all you need is something to cheer you up. Come on, Paimon will treat you to something yummy.
So that is the new voice actor. Not a name is known as of yet, or as far as I can figure it out myself, there has not been no publicizing or official announcement of this voice actor. But if that is the new voice actor for Paimon, thank you. I'm sorry. It is something about the English dubs always making characters like this voices so just annoying. Like you just want to like the character to off himself inside the video game. And now this one doesn't sound that bad. Honestly, this one actually sounds, I wouldn't say pleasant. The voice is still that squeaky voice, but it's durable. It's just like, okay, I can hear that and not be annoyed. Nor do I want to violently beat the little pixie out of the sky. So this is a bonus. Paimon has always had that annoying side of a voice that just a lot of players didn't understand, while the Japanese and Chinese and all the other voices in the game sounded pleasant to listen to. Like it wasn't ear aching listening to that little fairy floating in the eye. Just want to turn it to a roasted chicken. Well, they're not the only one that got replaced in the game, and apparently several other people were replaced, but some people were returning. Like as I said, they wanted to return. They asked to return, but they couldn't because without the backlash of this strike and these people that were trying to make this union, trying to unionize voice actors, and underneath an umbrella, if you didn't make a certain amount of money, you were short shafted. If you made so much money, you had to give them so much money, and there's a lot of restriction who you could and who you couldn't work for. And there was like, what? Nothing's really benefiting a voice actor. And if I were to ever wanted to actually get serious in the career, just give me a shot, somebody, please. Check out some of my stuff. I'm doing pretty good. At least I thought I'm pretty good at it. I wouldn't have a chance in hell at it because these people would well, they wouldn't very much like my opinions on certain viewpoints and certain ideas. I just straight shoot here. So I would be immediately outcast from being able to do it. That'd be on top of I wouldn't make enough money to have any benefit to join this union. So the people that also got come back are Arthur and Lumen, which is the two main MCs, the male and female right here. Their voice actors are coming back, but Kaching has been replaced, and so is allegedly the voice actor of Paimon. So there are voices coming back to the game, which was one of the reasons why I particularly like Genshin Impact so much when I first played it back in 2020 or just around the pandemic, right when it launched. Really, within a couple days, I started playing it. There were so many voice actors in the game, so many voices. I didn't have to, as somebody with dyslexia that I have, didn't have to struggle to be able to enjoy this game. A lot of games like this in the past were never voice acted, very much ever. Everything was voice acted, and I love that. So I didn't have to be constantly reminded of my struggles that I had to overcome every time I would a video or something would go on the screen. I'd stop myself and struggle trying to figure out what's going on. And if it was kept on going, like sometimes it just like it before the words even finished, they just skip to the next scene. I swear this happened to Genshin Impact several times, and I'm just, oh, please keep voice acting in the game. Now, I don't want voice acting as an AI to become a thing. Now, I know some people out there going, hey, voice acting AI is just inevitable. It's what we need. It's what we're doing. Here's my important argument here, and my only argument, and I'll swear I'll drop it. Whether you think voice acting is professional or not, and you think it's reasonable how much money they make, regardless of that or their opinions, the fear of mine is voice acting or AI voices is the fact that it someday may take your voice and make you say something you never said in your day in your life, and then use that as a legal means to get you in trouble. That's my concern. I don't want someone to take my voice and go one day and have my AI voice say the N word over and over and over again, and say something as if I'm on the phone with somebody, as if I'm saying some inappropriate things. And I'm afraid that will come the day we're thinking, oh, it's just a shortcoming for making better video games faster. There's going to be a downside. This is a double-edged sword, and you're not viewing it as just a pure of malicious means, but it's also a way of taking away people's livelihood too. Honestly, I wouldn't mind, again, trying to voice act myself. But I won't be able to do that if AI voice acting becomes a thing, because then they can just take my voice, though I never done it before, and just going, hey, no one knows who this guy is. This is nobody. Just take his voice, throw it in the AI thing, and bam, we got a voice right there. Unique and different. No one ever knows me. Kind of sucks, honestly. I don't like the idea of that. So that's just my argument with it. So take that as you take the wheel. But I think this is a great thing. I think the voice actor of Paimon has, she has been for a long time coming. There's not been pages in the spectrum, the sphere of Genshin Impact. The voice actor of Paimon has gone on several rants telling people they don't know what they're talking about. They have no idea of the industry that she's in, the struggles, the problems. And then, like, if they just like to sign over, and the union was very shady, doing some very shady stuff, and even the union themselves at one time supported AI voices or AI voice acting. It's like you're trying to protect the people that do voices, but you are the ones that supported the voice acting, AI voice acting one time. That makes no sense. You can't eat your cake and have it too, or make your cake and eat it too. I feel like they're just trying to score some points, and she was just the face of it. Really, bad timing. One other dude took another character in the game, was in Japan, had no idea about the union, was not even a part of it at all. He just needed some money to make some of his family, help his family out, feed his kids, feed his wife. And as soon as he did it, he got shit all over by people that he once called his colleagues or his friends in the space. Even though he was in Japan, Japanese, you think that would be one of the places they would do it, but since this game is Chinese, that makes probably less sense. I don't know. I think the voice actor does a great job, and I think that's all. At the end of the day, that's all that really matters, is that the voice matches the character, and you don't want to punch him. I think that's a good little bar you can put somebody on if he's like, hey, I don't want to hit your character because you just make me angry and I don't know why. Paimon was that character for a lot of people. And I think that did on purpose, honestly, because again, Japanese and Chinese sounded awesome, sounded great. Paimon was not annoying. English version, you just wanted to throw puncher. Weird. So yeah, that's my thoughts. You think this is a good thing? I think this is a great thing. I think they should do this more often. If people, don't want to line up, I get it. But if you're asking for things that country or nation doesn't quite align with, and you're trying to force yourself on it, and then you're trying to blacklist people from being able to work themselves because they don't align with your agenda, and you put political stuff behind your work, you should be fired. I will never put my political beliefs behind my job. I don't care who you is. I'm not, or who you are. I'm just not doing it to try to score some points here. I'll keep my shit to myself. Why do you anybody else or even my family? Why do they need to know what my opinions are or my beliefs are? It doesn't really matter. You can pretty much get the gist of what I believe, but you don't have to dig into it, nor do I have to preach it to you. So leave your likes and your thoughts down below. Do you think more voice actors in the game industry should be replaced? Do you think this is a good way of going for Genshin Impact? I surely do. If you want to see more stuff like this, be sure to let them know. Speak up. Let your dollar bills be, let your money speak for itself. Because, if you spend money and Genshin Impact, I'm sure they'll bound to listen eventually. Or not. They just, take all your money and just keep on making what some people say is a mediocre game. I have fun with it. Just a few minutes a day, maybe an hour or two if I get do certain events, and then I'm off. I'm happy with that. I don't spend no money on it. But as always, have a good day, have a good night, have a good life. Much love, y'all. Bye.